the true gift of being a 5D mystic, enlightenment functional adult, and this spirituality journey, having a life as a mystic, and having clairs, so clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. We've talked about this in a number of ways, how it's our mammalian heritage. So your brain, the sciences people can explain all about our clairs. And 4D mystics, they continue to speak as if a mystic feels deeper and more than anyone else. So that makes me think of that Elsa journey. None of them got to the end to recognize that they have an inner child. So they don't remember where they come from. They only use Christ consciousness in a way to have that 0-1-year-old and 3-year-old feel special, and they don't break free from the 4D bandwidth. Okay, so I want to start by reading a passage though, and I'm sharing. We can consider it a channeled guidance message, but it's food for thought. And this is where I knew of Christ consciousness the minute I came across 5D. I already had Jesus in my life, and I still do. So when I knew of where we were headed, I was very excited. I still am, actually. Thank goodness I recognized our lovely scientist people. I was like, okay, now I know we're saved. Thank you, Daniel Siegel. Integration of the brain, the inner and outer well-being of a human being. That's when you have a whole inner child and you know how to be yourself and you let others be their self. And so you're flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, and stable, which is consciousness. And so when I'm interacting, I'm from my prefrontal cortex. I'm engaged in a state of compassion. I'm curious, open, accepting, and loving. And that's because I'm a restorative embodiment, self-aware human being. And that is because my body and my mind are in harmony. And you don't represent a threat. I'm a good observer. Only if you have a weapon will I be threatened. No, I will run away. If my body perceives that your nervous system is not safe, and that has happened with enough experience from my adolescent to my teenage years, got pretty good at figuring out things, because that's where low self-esteem is for every person on the scale. Obviously, the individual with childhood abuse, neglect, and trauma, they will actually have a journey. Every person has a journey. I'm going to put that to the side. Every person has a 0-1-year-old and a 3 to 7-year-old. So any human being can be healed from their unfinished business, from their trauma. Yoga supports the healing of the ventral vagal nervous system. And what I mean is that it helps to heal trauma, because what it does is work your mammalian heritage. And then for the mindfulness, it works the pillars of the mind. So what you do with yoga and meditation is actually your corpus callosum, prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and the interconnected connectomes, which serve integration. So you support your brain to do its own healing. You're a biology, I'm a biology, okay? And I'm pseudoscience lady, and I mix shit up like this for a reason. I'm bringing human spiritual and spirituality, and in any time that I'm sharing with you something, I try to support people who want to move into their higher social engagement system. And if you're a grown-up, you ask questions. If you're grown up, you also get curious. If you're a person who's a teenager, you're going to be trying to prove stuff to yourself, which is where I'm not actually going to be speaking to those people. They're all on Elsa's journey. Those are the adaptive children who only come to 5D mystics, or any mystic for that matter, for a magical wand. And they don't look themselves in the mirror and say, wait, did I have childhood trauma? Should I go and check out getting into healthy self-worth with myself? The fact that attachment wounded coaches talk about the securely attached person as boring tells you everything about people living in the movies and not recognizing the good information. Okay, so the side note, again, our humanity, when you overflow with your humanity, thank you, Sadhguru, divinity descends. Divinity is not an entity for the 5D mystic. So the true gift of Christ consciousness is you never forget that you're human and that you have a heart. And like Pacha tells Cusco, every human has a heart, which is why spirituality is a way of living with meaning and connection beyond the solo self. And like Daniel Siegel shares, when you are a differentiated self, and you and I come together, and I am present by being curious, open, accepting, and loving, because I have my higher social engagement system. I'm compassionate because you don't have any weapon in your hand. And I will engage with you, and my nervous system will begin to attune to yours. I'm present, I'm a tuning part, resonating and trusting. What happens with the resonating? When you meet adaptive children, they're not going to resonate. They want you to take their side if they are expressing their charges, their maladaptive child behavior. So envy, jealousy, spite, wanting to be in a low self-esteem energy, drama. It's not drama for a self-empowered human being. The 5D mystic will not take your side. This is why when 4D, we're anointed. We feel deeper. No. Every person feels deep. You don't know what's going on in the body of another. No, but we're special. I don't know about that. I'm starting to think you don't know what ego means, and that you don't know what Jesus speaks about. You don't know Christ consciousness. You don't know oneness consciousness. You're just using words. Okay, so we're going to read. This is the Rumi Oracle. I really want to get you this passage before we run out of time. In the school of humanity, this is the cloak of Christ. When you become intimate with God, you reside on the king's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Let's not use words from the ancient times, but you get the gist, which is FYI, integration of the brain, a somatic empath, restorative embodiment. It's a human being who will bring to others kindness and compassion. But we might not be seen as kind because, again, that adaptive child, when you don't take their side, they're now Cusco and a squirrel, and they are also potential Ursulas. In fact, I've had 4D mystics do shit. It's like, yeah, seriously, it's all energy. You obviously don't know what it is to be in enlightenment soul age group. In fact, they don't. And they don't know they got a 3-year-old. When you don't tend to grounding your human being body, it means you're not working with your window of tolerance. It means you're not working with your unfinished business. It means you're not working with your trauma charges. And here's where spiritual bypassers are at. And, it's unfortunate because they continue thinking that they are, and he's going to use the word light and dark, which is why people get, again, deviated by using words and not understanding that we're all human. So FYI, expert yogis, thank you, Sadhguru, they get taught about darkness, just so you know, and it's really simple. I have secondary consciousness as a human being. I know that when I die, I will not know what happens. Does not torture a 5D person because I'm a person who's rational and emotional, and I'm mature on both ends. Mental, emotional, and physical maturity is a securely attached, differentiated, functional adult. So I'm always kind and compassionate because really I'm not going to have any answer to the whole death thing. But FYI, as a mystic, my downloads, I love it. I know my future. I know past. I keep getting new information about my past. Okay. So, my sacred brother, thank you, Rumi, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. Okay, the people that need protection, it's because they have not learned to become their own safe havens to regulate their nervous systems. When I have my panic attacks, I know how to regulate myself because I was given the securely attached first year of life, and then I maintained my inner child 3-year-old self. And I know how to be my own secure base, 24 hours. I know what I want to do with all of it. Okay, safe haven, secure base. It's a securely attached human being, polyamory community. Come on over. It's really fun when you have people who know compersion. I want you to be happy. You got partners, great. Don't bring me any STDs after that. Everything's a chit chat. Because that's what it means to have healthy self-worth, to be empowered, to know that nobody can be me. I have a twin, and nobody can be you. Oh, and when people from the spirituality plane try to prove that life doesn't exist after death, that's a person who hasn't yet faced their own inner child fear about the whole Shiva and darkness thing. The unknown. The right mode deals with that. The compassion born out of our own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. Okay, karma is your unconscious. We're going to end with that. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul, in oneness with the divine heart. We know of your efforts and your struggles, so what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. And that can be attained when you have integration of the brain. It's you being able to know that mistakes can be made. None of us are perfect. We're all flawed. And some people, they don't know about childhood trauma. And so while others want to use them as labels, some of us, we don't. We say, if somebody's emotionally unavailable, I will be emotionally available. And if they do something that I don't like, I know how to speak to them, because that's what functional adults. So 5D mystics, our gift is that we remain human and our humanity overflows. And then we look at you and we love, accept, and respect you as you are unconditionally, and we forgive. Thank you, Jesus. So we don't walk a crooked line. It's very straight, and it's all about love. Tune in.